Hello everybody, it's Adelaide. Welcome back to my channel and happy December! It is now the holiday season, my favorite time of year, and I am going to be focusing mostly on holiday and wintry doll themed reviews for the month. So to kick it off, we're going to start by talking about the holiday doll line. I have 3 of the 6. Snow White already has a review. I'll put a link to her in the description. So we will talk about Rapunzel, then we will talk about Belle, and then I will talk about my thoughts on the line as a whole. Alright, so here is the lovely Rapunzel. She was the second doll to come out in the holiday line. She came out in 2021 following Ariel. And I already have her out of the box. I don't really like the boxes. They're all the same for the holiday dolls. They're all the same flimsy plastic, they're all the same structure, and they all have the same ribbon border at the top and the bottom. But they will have some changes for each princess. So Rapunzel's is purple, and it has the Corona sun decorated all over the top and the bottom. They also do not come with their own stands. I got mine on Amazon, so you can get some really good ones on Amazon for a pretty good price in bulk. So if you're looking for stands for your 12-inch dolls, I recommend you look there. Let's start with her face. So I think this might be the same or a similar sculpt to the Playline doll at the time, but I don't know for sure. Feel free to correct me in the comments. I wouldn't call it movie accurate, but it does capture her smirk, so I can forgive it. Her eyes have multiple shades of green and gold, and she has this brown, shimmery eyeshadow that goes all the way around. She has a little bit of blush on her cheeks, and her lips are actually a mauve color. They look a little bit more pink on camera than they actually are. They're more natural in real life. And she has her adorable freckles. What would Rapunzel be without her freckles? They went with the gold hair, unsurprisingly, and it's actually pretty good quality. Like, it's really soft. It's gelled here, but overall it's quite silky. It has a rope braid that goes all the way around, and then she's got this interesting headpiece. It's plastic. There's kind of some holly leaf detailings in there. It's golden and kind of see-through. And then it's got burgundy and white flowers on it, including a poinsettia. And then of course she's got a very long braid that goes almost to the bottom of her dress. And as I mentioned, this hair quality is actually surprisingly good. I have a hard time not stroking the braid because it is so soft. So I'm actually very impressed with the hair quality. Her dress does have some Rapunzel reminiscent details, such as the corseting, but in general, this is kind of a fresh take on a Rapunzel outfit. So the corset has multiple purple colors. It's kind of a darker color here, and a lilac color in the middle. Both panels are satin. She has some fake corseted details. These are gold ribbon, so these are actual ribbon, and then some white ribbon piping on the bottom of the corset and around the edges. Her sleeves are also satin and purple. And then she's got this faux fur collar that goes around the top of her shoulders. She also has these panels that are yet another shade of purple that come off of the shoulders and go almost to the bottom of the dress. And it has screen printing on both sides. It's got gold screen printing with holly details. And it's also got some red glitter details, such as these poinsettias and the holly berries. And it's even got a rhinestone right there. Very cute. Then her skirt has 2 pieces to it. The outer piece is a dark purple velvet. And again, more screen printing. Golden holly leaves, glitter poinsettias, and a couple of rhinestones to accent the poinsettias. Then the middle piece is more of a blue-violet kind of a color. It leans more towards blue than the rest of the colors. And it's got some screen printing as well, but it's glittery. I like that it's glittery and sparkly. It just tops off the skirt in a way that I think it needed. And then it's got a faux fur trim at the bottom as well. The one disappointment I have with the doll, though, is the shoes. She has pointed feet, but then she's got these like eggplant-colored, boring arch shoes, if I could get them to focus. There we go. They just have a plastic ribbon on them. So, not super interesting. Which is a bummer, because Ariel, even though she was the only doll to come before this one, had some really great shoe molds that were boots. So, I don't know, I guess it's because Rapunzel always runs around barefoot in the summertime, and so the natural step up is a flat. I don't know, but I do wish that they had gone with actual boots instead. I also kind of wish that the hair had more flowers on it. I think it'd be super cute if they took just a couple more of those little plastic flowers on the wreath and put them on the hair. I just think that she needs a little something extra for this to be like the perfect holiday Rapunzel doll. In general though, I think she's super cute and I am glad that I have her. So, not many complaints, just a few things that would have maybe polished off the design a bit more. So here is our beautiful Belle. She was the 5th doll to release in the lineup in 2024. And as you can see, just like all the other girls, I just threw out the box because I didn't like it. Hers is pink to match her dress. And then she has some details from her movie, such as the books and also the side characters from the movie across the bottom. Let's take a look at her face first. Now, I had not seen this face sculpt until she came out, but I also am not familiar with the Playline doll, so let me know if this was from a Playline doll. It's not particularly movie accurate, and she is a bit wide-eyed and crazy, but her paint is nice. She has golden eyeshadow on the lids that perfectly matches her hazel eyes. There's a little bit of pink eyeshadow in the crease, and it wraps around the side and to the bottom. She also has very bright pink lips and a little touch of blush. Her hair is actually really nice. It's very soft and silky. It looked a little bit crazy first coming out of the box, but it wasn't anything that wasn't fixable. She has her widow's peak, and then for her hairstyle, they have a twist on each side that ties in the back. She has a lot of curls. Not a whole lot of product, but just a little bit to kind of keep the curls. Mine did look kind of nuts when it first came out of the box, but it wasn't anything a comb and a little bit of spray bottle water couldn't fix. So, turned out nicely, I think. And then she has a little accessory in her hair. It's a burgundy poinsettia with a couple of gold details, and it matches her perfectly. I love it so much. Then we come to her dress. It is, of course, based on the Something There dress from when she's in the courtyard playing in the snow with the Beast. She has this short cape that drapes over her shoulders. It is velvet and burgundy and has a faux fur trim, and it's got a little gem clasp to hold it together. It does have an actual clasp under it too, like you can take it off, but I like where it is, so I'm not going to do that, but it can be done. Her bodice has several details to it. The outer part and the sleeve are a very soft pink satin. There's a middle piece that is also satin, but it's a very pale pink. It's got a little bit of screen printing on it. And then she's got these really cute gold ribbons that are stitched in the middle to give it a bow effect. And there's 3 of them that go down the middle. And lastly, she's got a little bit of gold ribbon piping to frame it. Super cute. Her sleeves flare out at the elbow. And there's 2 layers. There's that satin layer, but there's also this light pink layer as well. And they fall all the way down and stitched to the dress. My favorite little detail of hers, though, is that she's got this hand muffler warmer, and it is that same faux fur, and it's got a lot of plastic and rubber bands in there to hold it together, so I'm not going to take it apart, but you can do that if you want to. But there is a little bit of plastic in there to keep it round. Then the skirt has a couple of parts to it. This outer layer is the same burgundy velvet with the faux fur trim, and it's got really pretty gold screen printing. It's got more poinsettias on it, as well as a couple of snowflakes. And it goes almost all the way around, which for a non-limited edition quality, quote-unquote, line, is really nice to see. Then the bulk of the skirt is this salmon pink color that is satin and is also brocade. I don't really like the skirt very much, though, honestly. Like, the details are pretty, but the fabric feels really cheap in Playline, in my opinion, and it also has this weird flare to it. I feel like it just needed something, like maybe a little bit of a lace petticoat, or even just a lace trim right at the bottom, or something, even more faux fur just to finish it off. It just looks undone here. Underneath, though, she has some tulle to keep it poofy, I don't remember, but I don't think there was tissue paper under there, which I always appreciate. Y'all know how I feel about tissue paper. And then one of the best details is actually her shoes. Look at those boots. They are so cute. They are maroon with gold painted details on the front. And then the heels are kind of a brown, pewter sort of a color. And I absolutely love this sculpt. This is all 3D. Like, you can feel it. There's texture there. So overall, she is very pretty. Very, very cute doll, and I love that I have a Something There Belle doll for my collection. I just don't really care much for the quality of this fabric, and when I first got it too, it was really badly crammed in the back of the box, and it took quite a bit of steaming to get most of the wrinkles out, and it still isn't perfect. But overall, she is really, really nice. I do recommend her. I wouldn't discourage you from getting her, especially if you're a big Belle fan. So now that all of the holiday dolls that I own have a review, let's talk about my thoughts on the line as a whole. There are 6 girls in the line in total. Including these 3, we also have Ariel, Tinkerbell, and Tiana, and they have released one every year for the holidays since 2020. I really like that it's a serial release. I like that we know every year around Christmas time we're going to get a new one. We have fun speculating who it's going to be and what she's going to look like and what the new take is going to be. Speaking of, the other fun thing about this line is that other than Belle, all of these girls have designs that were made from scratch. Belle is the only one, at least to my knowledge, that is wearing an outfit that we see in one of her movies. And so it's really fun to see a fresh look on what these princesses might wear in the winter time. And they're often very cute and very clever designs that are very true to the princess, but they still kind of all tie together cohesively, and they all look really, really good together. What's interesting too is that they kind of fall between Playline and limited edition / designer series dolls in terms of quality. They are definitely elevated above Playline, and they are a limited edition run, but they aren't quite to quote-unquote collectible level of quality, I guess you could say. Like, they don't have the same design features and quality materials that the limited edition dolls have, but because of that, I would argue that could actually be a good thing because their price bracket is probably much more easy to attain than, say, the limited edition quality. That is a bit of a double-edged sword, though, that they kind of fall in the middle, because it kind of leaves this question of what exactly should we expect out of this line in terms of quality? Obviously, since they cost more than a Playline doll, they should be of better quality than a Playline doll. And because they're not in the limited edition bracket, they should be, or at least expected to be, of lower quality than that bracket too. But the question is, where is the line? There has definitely been varying thoughts and opinions over the years between the dolls over what constitutes a well-made holiday line doll and what doesn't. For instance, Snow White here. I would consider her, and I think many others would too, to be one of the more quote-unquote higher quality dolls of the group. And especially if you look at her next to Rapunzel and Belle, I do think she is a bit of an upgrade from these two. It's not that any of them are bad or poorly made, but Snow White has better materials. Belle and Rapunzel have materials on their skirts that do feel kind of cheap and unfinished. Whereas Snow White has, say, a ribbon that holds it all together at the bottom, like kind of ties it off, and then has the thicker, richer fabrics that kind of give the dress better structure than what the other two have. She also has an accessory for the first time. The others in the group don't, unless you kind of count Belle's muffler, which I do not. So, while there has been some fluctuations in quality, I don't think any of these are bad or badly made dolls. Even Rapunzel, who, unfortunately for her, I think is often considered to be of the lowest quality of the group, I still think she is a nice doll. It's just that we can kind of get confused sometimes, I think, with where are our expectations supposed to lie with this doll line. Personally, I hope going forward we see more of like a Snow White quality level, but I think as long as we can stick with, say, the Belle, Snow White, Ariel bracket, I think it'll be alright. So that's how I feel about them. I still like them all. I really hope to get all of them one day. And I want to know what y'all think about that too, so let me know. Alright y'all, so those are my thoughts on the Holiday Rapunzel and Holiday Belle dolls, as well as the holiday line as a whole. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you'll hang out through December, because I have some winter dolls I want to show off, I have some castles from the Disney Castle collection I'd like to show off, and I'm also going to have my first ranking video towards the end of the month, so stick around for that. In the meantime, let me know what you think of these dolls, as well as the line in general. I would always love to hear your thoughts, and I hope to see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.